I need to warn you about something. Before I met you, I was a loner. Mostly for self-protection. Whoever said there's safety in numbers was not radioactive, I'll tell you that. And as such, I've forgotten how to be a friend. But seeing you and your daring do's and your even more daring don'ts, it reminded me of something important. You deserve to know every sordid detail of my life. You've earned that much. Did you ever wonder why I decided to deck my boss across the face on a random Tuesday afternoon? No. I mean, yes. It's part of it. A very small, yet simultaneously very large part of it. I'm losing my mind. Within a few years' time, I will become nothing more than another blind, snarling commuter. But there is nothing I can do about it. It's perhaps the only certainty I have in life, apart from death and tariffs. A few months back, I was dealing with an odd bout of brain fog. Thought it was stress. I was quite the dedicated worker, you see. Wanted to replace my boss. Had been working 100 years of long nights for it. I went to a doctor. Turns out it wasn't stress, but rather my brain beginning its feralization process. Soon, I was told, the fog would turn into memory loss. I'd lose my faculties, my voice, my sense of self. And one day, I'd go to sleep Arthur, and wake up an animal. I'm sorry. I've never told this to anyone else before. Thank you. I went to work, all shaken up. I accidentally made a few typographic errors. Missing apostrophe here, dangling participle there. It was enough for my boss to berate me in front of the entire office. Call me a dunce, a waste. I looked up at this man, who I had worked under for decades. This man who had never thanked me, never seen me as anything other than a name on a spreadsheet, and I realized I'd die before him. So I did what I had to do, and I punched him. It felt so good to give in to my rage after years of apologizing and begging for his forgiveness. But by the time I realized what I was doing, the damage was done. And that's how we find ourselves here, at these crossroads. You think I haven't considered it? I have often found myself contemplating the short end of a certain long barrel. As to why I didn't do it, I don't know. Or worse, I don't remember. Either way, I'm still here. The doctor said anywhere between a few months and a few years. They don't know enough about ghoul anatomy to be certain. Trust me, if it ever happens, I won't be near you. I don't want you to remember me as whatever I'll become. I have a list of things I wanted to do once I got that managerial position. Things that I could have done at any time, but that I chose to ignore in favor of working another pointlessly long night. After my diagnosis and my firing, I thought I'd never accomplish a single thing on that list. Why bother? But now, seeing you and your actions, I want to try again. I want to complete my list. Will you help me? What? You mean apart from helping your friend come to grips with his impending death? I suppose I could give you something in return? My Webley? My hat? I'll figure it out. Thank you. Truly. From the bottom of my heart. Now, my list isn't exactly what I'd call high art. It's 4 objectives, all of which carry a deep personal meaning. The first one is rather simple. I want to buy a fancy bottle of Sipperson gin at my favorite pub in Westminster. You have to understand, my list was all about rewarding myself for finally obtaining the promotion I had worked so hard for. It's not about life-changing choices, but rather life-affirming moments. Hence the simplicity of it. Makes sense, doesn't it?
What do you want? Take a look at our menu. What do you want?
Might we stay a few more minutes here? I do enjoy the cleanliness.
No idea who that is. I don't have it anyway. The place that made them closed up years back. They're not making them anymore. You're in luck. I sell gin, but no Sippersons. Get him another bottle.
How can I be of service to you? What of it? It was my favorite place to go after work, but I'd rarely go there since I was almost always working late. Consider it making up for lost time. I want to buy a fancy bottle of Sipperson gin at my favorite pub in Westminster. Oh, this one is a fine bottle too. But I really desired a bottle of Sippersons. Is there no way for us to get one? Let us depart then. On to Sippersons.
Maybe I'll visit outside the walls.
And just when things will feel fine. Lovejoy. I knew it. We're being attacked. And just when things were feeling fine, I'll take the rear. Rest. That thing takes me back to the old times. The good times. Look rather dashing today. What of it? My God, you're amazing. Thank you so much for this. With that done, we move on to the next item on my list. This one requires some explanation. A long time ago, when I was starting my job as a data entry clerk, I sold a family locket handed down to me by my mother. I wrote down the name of the man whom I sold it to because I knew I wanted to buy it back the instant I was financially stable. That's what we're going to do. Buy back my family locket. The man's name was Drew.
I do hope Father's proud of me. Come on down to Drood's Dudes and Doodads. How may I help you? Drood at your service. Think of me as your go-to stop for any do's, doodads, and everything in between. Doodads means things, I think. Never bothered to look up the real definition. A locket, eh? Sure, I got one. Why, you interested in it? Pretty unique. Gonna cost you a lot of dosh. 2,500 tickets, I suppose. Is that so, eh? Tugs at my heartstrings, it does. Price stays the same, 2,500 tickets. That's how much either you or that ghoul are gonna have to pay me. Sorry, don't make the rules, you know. Oh, it ain't fair, is it? You crying up to your mum and da about how mean Mr. Drood is, being unfair. Of fucking course it's unfair. I'm the one holding all the cards here. That's the way the world works. supply and demand, market economics. Come on, mate, be real. This ought to be good. All right, tell me why I shouldn't fleece you for all you got, mate. Jesus. Of course, I'm sorry. Here, please take it. Just leave me alone, okay? Please.
How can I be of service to you? What of it? My family was middle class. We weren't poor, you see, but we also weren't rich. And living in Westminster cost quite a lot of tickets. I needed to get my foot in through the door, so I sold it for some fast cash. Not my finest moment, but I'm not ashamed of it either. Only that he suffered the same fate as me, becoming a ghoul and working the same job for 200 years, that is. His stool is still in the exact place it was before the war. It even survived the blast. Lucky bastard. Yes, that's it. That's my mother's locket. It looks exactly the same as the day I sold it. Thank you, my friend. If we were to stop right here and forget the rest of my list, I'd still be eternally grateful for what you've done. Now, for the next item on my list. I always fancied myself a bit of a philanthropist. Giving back is perhaps one of the most important things a man can do with their time on Earth. And ever since I heard about the Tommy expansion in Brickton, in the papers, I knew there was one thing I wanted to do. I want to build a water well for the people of Brickton. As a Westminster resident, I feel partially responsible for the contamination in the area. I have an old workmate named Graham who went to go live there. He might be able to help us with this matter. We should find him. And of course, it isn't real philanthropy if I don't put some tickets forward, so here, most of my remaining finances.
As I live and breathe, Arthur Mountbatten. And I can see you've brought a friend with you. I am Graham Parker. A pleasure to meet you. What brings you two to this little side of paradise? We used to work side by side. Literally, my cubicle was right next to his cubicle. Hard not to become friends when you're that close to someone. I mainly work on ensuring that Brickton gets all the supplies and resources it needs to survive. It takes quite a lot to keep a place like this well fed, but I'm doing my part. I had joined the Foreign and Commonwealth Office in the hopes of changing London for the better. But at one point, I realized our job consisted of nothing but pointless cataloging and data entry. And so, I came here to make a real difference. Ah, I see. So it's finally happened. Arthur has told me quite a lot about his to-do list, and this well in particular. But I'm afraid it won't be as easy as he made it seem. You see, money alone won't save the world. The tickets can cover the labor, but the people of Brickton don't have access to the kinds of materials necessary to build a permanent water well. You don't understand. The money might help, but it won't be a permanent solution. With a small investment of 250 tickets, I can build a temporary well. It won't be perfect, hell, it won't even be that good, but it will help. If you get me 500 tickets, I'll be able to build a better temporary well. It'll help more people, but again, it'll be temporary, not made to last, you see. For us to truly help Brickton, we'd need someone to go to the nearby abandoned construction site and collect a few materials for us. Someone like, well, you and Arthur. The tickets can cover the labor, but the people of Brickton don't have access to the kinds of materials necessary to build a permanent water well. Stay safe. Arthur, how goes your cricket game? Still a wizard with the wicket?
Haven't played a game since you left, Graham. None can compare to you.
Still the czar of compliments, I see. We must catch up.
Soon, my friend. Soon.
Friend of Arthur's is a friend of Brickton. Yes? Fantastic work! This is outstanding. No, this is revolutionary. You've single-handedly changed the game. Tell Arthur that the Mountbatten well will be built here in Brickton, and that he has found his perfect philanthropic match in you.
What now? You look rather dashing today. What of it? Graham was a former co-worker of mine. He quit some years before me, citing a growing disillusionment with local government. I kept in contact with him because he was a nice chap. And believe me, those are quite rare nowadays. Did you know that there's a huge percent of population without easy access to clean, potable water? That's why we're building a well. As for Brickton, well, you can't get much poorer than them, right? I know, and you did such a formidable job. That well isn't just a symbol of hope, my friend. It's an enduring monument to our partnership, and what happens when great minds work together. Although the well bears my name, equal credit belongs to you. Now, it's time for the last item on my list. And this one is perhaps the most difficult to bear with. I need you to help me find my parents' burial place. I don't remember where it is anymore. I don't remember if I ever knew. But not a day goes by where I don't ponder about it, especially as I have begun to forget almost everything I knew about them. We should start with the Foreign and Commonwealth Office. Perhaps they'll have a clue there. Or perhaps I should find a new way to say goodbye. Do keep in mind, we might dabble in some trespassing. It'd be wise to keep our wits about us. to spend my life in this place.
I do hope Father is proud of me.
Nothing to see here.
Keep walking.
Prim and proper. Now this is much more to my liking.
Maybe I'll visit outside the walls sometime.
Am I
See how the
invisible,
other
or
half
are you
live.
an invalid? Which is it? Ugh, I live in fear knowing you people can reproduce.
Keep walking.
There it is. My file. Let me take a look at it.
Life at the top is immensely satisfying.
Hackney. Yes. Yes, it rings a bell. A faint one, but a bell nonetheless. Perhaps they have a records room we can peruse. Remind me to age. Suppose people do this for fun.
Please step into the open and identify yourself. Law-abiding citizens have nothing to...
How many hairpins do you have? And where do you keep finding them? I never get this confused back in Westminster.
This area is clear. Proceeding with search protocol.
The Mountbattens ride again. I was just getting warmed up.
Is requested.
I do believe I've lost track of up and down. My old bones can't handle too much of this. Literally, I can feel them. Wrestling. And to think there are stenches. I can't believe it. Is this true? New Chapel Cemetery. We have to go there. If it's where I think it is, then we're both in for a surprise. Of course. How can I be of service to you? What of it? Not much. I remember my mother enjoyed the BBM. I remember my father was in some kind of union. It'd be far easier to list everything I don't remember about them. Their voices, their faces, their names. It's been a long life, my friend. I need you to help me find my parents' burial place. I don't remember where it is anymore. I don't remember if I ever knew. But not a day goes by where I don't ponder about it, especially as I have begun to forget almost everything I knew about them. I want to at least say my proper goodbyes. That's one of my biggest fears. I've pondered it just as much as their current location. If you truly believe finding their graves is impossible, then take me to a local graveyard, so I may say my goodbyes. If I can't find their bodies, then perhaps I can find their spirits. Very well. I can't believe we're here. Look around. This isn't far from where we met. To that sign I was hanging from. And here they are. Mildred and Frederick. Yes, I remember. My father's friends called him Freddy. I remember that now. I never thought I'd remember. Of course. Of course. Mother, father. Hi. It's Arthur. It's been so long since we talked. Almost 200 years. Oh yes, your son's almost thrice as old as you two were. Just being here, it's all coming back to me. Well, not all. I don't think my brain could handle all that joy. Ma? Da? I'm forgetting. One day, I'll forget who I am. But it's all right. Because I found a friend. Someone to make new memories with. Oh, God, Da. Remember that time at the beach? You saved up for 2 weeks to take us there. And all I could talk about was how much I wanted that bloody new toy car. I wouldn't shut up about it. And you looked so mad, but so happy. I was what, 10? I was a little pest. And you loved me. You both did. I remember it, Da. I remember you. Goodbye. I loved I love you. Were you just staring at me that whole time? God. Ever been to a funeral? Oh well. I promise you they won't be as awkward as this one. Who knows, Who knows indeed. That means a lot to me. I just couldn't help myself. That was it. The last item on the list. It's all finished. But there is one last thing I want to do with you. Come and watch the sun set with me. I'll tell you why once we're there. Here we are. Our final stop in this little farewell tour. Except I'm not saying goodbye, but rather hello to a new day. How do you feel now that we've finished my little to-do list? Well, about that. The reason I brought you here was to thank you. Think about everything you've done for me. You went through God knows what to obtain a rare bottle of Sipperson's gin. But after, you made your way through hell to build a permanent well for the people of Brickton. Subsequently providing me with the closure I've sought after all those years by finding my parents' graves. All things considered, you didn't just accomplish my to-do list. You showed me the value of your partnership every step of the way. And while there were some things we could have done better, I couldn't have asked for a better partner to do them with. Please accept my trusty Webley pistol and my final Westminster salary, which I've been saving for the purposes of gifting it to you. I know it's not much, but then again, you didn't do much, so fair's fair. I know you did. Don't mistake my light mockery for disdain or disappointment. You don't need to prove me anything. Although, how about a game? Answer me one question, and I'll give you another reward. Tell me, what was my family's earliest type of trade? If you know the answer, then you're not just a friend, you're family. Incorrect, but that was a rather daring try. I must say, I respect your attempts at gaining my approval, but you have lost nothing at all. Trust me. I know how hard life can be, and I appreciate what you have done. After all, you've given me some beautiful memories. After all, that's what we are. Memories. So let's make some great ones. Together. How can I be of service to you? That's correct. How did you know? Did I tell you this factoid and forget about it? Or was it dumb luck? No, don't tell me. Keep your secrets. And trust me, even if you had made an incorrect guess, I would still call you friend. But I did promise you a reward. I have given you my last salary and my Webley. What else? Oh! Here, my bowler hat. It may not seem like much, but it has kept me safe and given me great memories. Hopefully, it'll do the same for you. After all, that's what we are. Memories. So let's make some great ones. Together.